Good evening and welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Got the rundown on the starters for you for the Mountain Grove Panthers. Sadie Schober will be your libero tonight. Wears the number 3. She's a junior, 5'6", outside hitter, designated setter, and libero. Number 5, Rowan Kelly. She is a junior, 5'6", middle hitter, outside hitter is what they have listed. Lila Golden, the sophomore, 5'9", middle and outside hitter. Hadley Driscoll, the junior, 5'7", setter and outside hitter. Aubrey Gerla, the junior, 5'8", sophomore. I'm sorry, not sophomore, 5'8", junior. Setter and outside hitter. I don't know how I messed that up. And then Ellie Kreiner, also a sophomore, 5'6", outside hitter. And Sophie Peterson will round it out for the Lady Panthers, the junior, 5'8", middle hitter and outside hitter. Now we're set to go here as the Bulldogs and the Panthers are on the floor ready to go. And there's the whistle. Bulldogs will serve first here. Serve coming. They'll get it across, and that's going to be bumped and set up to the front line, pushed across by Rowan Kelly. And that's the first point for the Lady Panthers here in the varsity matchup. And that will send Rowan Kelly back to serve for your Lady Panthers. Joined in the booth tonight, or up here in the stands even, with Maddie Kaufman. Kaufman's right. Yeah, Maddie Kaufman. She's probably not going to say anything to you as number 7 tries to decapitate somebody on the back line back there. That was Thompson, and she swung it hard, but it was too hard and out the back. 2-0 the score. Rowan Kelly to serve. Like I was saying, Maddie up here joining me in the booth tonight as Tim is doing some other stuff. So if the video goes down, it's Maddie's fault. Second volley over to the Panthers. Now that's going to be set up for Peterson, and that'll go out the back. 2-1, Lady Panthers with the lead here in the first set. Got a good student section each way tonight. What do you think about that, Maddie? Are you going to say anything tonight, or are you just going to sit over there?
Just going to sit.
Just going to sit, all right. I told you I wouldn't embarrass you too bad. Lila Golden gets it across here, set up for the other side, and that's a big kill for number 7, Jane Thompson. Jane Thompson, the sophomore. She passes the eye test when it comes to volleyball players, long arms, and she can jump out of the gym. That'll get across, and it'll be set up for Peterson, who gets it over, and they can't combine to block that, so it's 3-2 Panthers here. Going to get some substitutions on Cabool's side over there, and then on the Panthers as well. Hadley Driscoll will check out, and number 9 for the Lady Panthers will check in. That's Kaylee Virtue. Serve coming, that's Aubrey Gerla sending it across to the Bulldogs. They'll set it up on their side. The back line outside hitter sent a long one, and it was too long. Makes it 4-2, Lady Panthers with the lead here. That'll send Aubrey Gerla back to serve. Gerla comes set now. She's ready. Serve coming. She'll get it across, and the back line will dig it out, set it up to the front. To the back outside hitter, she sends it across. It's dug out by Schober. Set up for Peterson, who wings one across. That's dug out and set up on the other side, and they'll send it. It's going to be dug out by Rowan Kelly. Set up for Peterson. She wings one across. That's going to be set up now on the other side for Cabool. They'll send it right back. Rowan Kelly digs it out, sets it up for Lila Golden. Cabool pushes it right back. Panthers able to retain and send it on its way. Peterson will send it over to the Cabool side of things now. And too hard from the back line, and it goes out on the Panthers side of things, makes it 5-2 Panthers. And Aubrey Gerla will go back to serve again. You think, Maddie, you want to try it? No? All right. Serve coming from Aubrey Gerla. She'll get it across to the back line. They'll dig it out, set it up for the front. Big swing from the outside hitter. Lila Golden with the block there. Panthers able to get it back over to the Bulldogs. Now on the last hit on the Bulldogs side, they wing it back to the Panthers. It'll be dug out, set by Gerla for Golden. She'll send it. It's dug out by the back line. Point goes to the Panthers. They'll say the Bulldogs were in the net. Good play so far here from the Lady Panthers. It's 6-2. Lady Panthers with the lead. Aubrey Gerla with the serve. And that's an ace. I'd like to know what number Coach is hiding behind that clipboard back there, because I'm sure we're going to see it again. Just a nice hard serve from Gurla. Yep, right at her. And they'll set it up for the front line. Big block there for the Lady Panthers. That's Peterson and Golden combined there. Hey, the middle hitter for Cabool is no joke. She is a terror down there. Jane Thompson, I mean, like she skies and swings hard, and both Panthers combining for a block there made a great effort. They'll get it across now, so over to the Cabool side of things, back to the Panthers now. It'll be set up to Kelly, to Gurla, to Peterson. That's blocked back to the Panthers side. It'll fall for a Bulldog point, makes it 8-3. Lady Panthers with the lead here. Number 11, Fleming, back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it on its way, and Peterson with a running dig, but it flies the wrong way. Rowan Kelly not able to get to it. That's a point for the Bulldogs, 8-4. Lady Panthers with the lead. Hey, don't forget you can watch this one on YouTube at Mountain Grove Panther Athletics. Serve coming. Peterson with the dig. Gurla with the set. That was Schober who sent it across. I'm saying too many times. Big swing there from the middle hitter. It's dug out by the Panthers and sent back to the Cabool side of things. Now the back line will send it to the Panthers. Gurla will set it for Peterson, and that's a kill. Lady Panthers starting to feel it here. Sub coming, Ellie Kreiner will check in, and Lila Golden will check out. So now Kreiner, Virtue, and Peterson on the front line with Gurla as well. They'll send it across, and the Bulldogs can't handle it. That's a Panther point, 10-4. Rowan Kelly to serve for the Lady Panthers. I'm sorry, that's Sadie Schober back to serve. Schober comes set, she'll send it. Back line digs it out, they'll bump it up to the front line. Big swing from the outside hitter. Kelly with the dig to Gurla, to Kreiner, and across. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. They'll say it's an illegal hit on the other side, or was she in the net? One of the two. 11-4. Lady Panthers rolling here in the first set. Serve coming. Schober gets it across. It'll be dug out. Set up for the outside hitter. Big swing from her, and the point goes to the Lady Panthers as that's just wide of the mark. You sure you don't want to say anything there, Maddie? None at all. Here, I'm going to teach you one of Brush's favorite sayings. When the Panthers are kicking butt out there and the other team has to call a timeout, they need to call a timeout to heal the wounded. And we're going to send it back to the studio to get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports. It's Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Back to serve for the Lady Panthers will be Sadie Schober. 12-4 advantage Panthers. Schober serve gets across. It'll be dug out by the back line, set up for the outside hitter, and she puts it where the Panthers aren't. And that was number 7 again. She just is something else out there. That's Jane Thompson. Back to serve is Thompson. She'll send it on its way, and that'll be dug out by Rowan Kelly. Sent up to the front line, pushed across by Peterson, and that goes out of bounds. Point goes to the Bulldogs. Looking at 12-6 here. Back to serve for the Bulldogs once again is Thompson. She'll send it on its way. It'll be dug out by Schober, set by Gurla. Kreiner with the swing, and that's dug out by the back line. They'll send it up to the front side. Outside hitter takes a big wing at it, and that point will go to the Bulldogs. That was number 6, Sophia Dotson. 12-7 the score, and here's the serve from Thompson. And a rare mistake from Rowan Kelly there. Point goes to the Bulldogs, 12-8. Johnson will serve again. Serve comes across. Peterson will dig it out. Virtue sets it up. Kreiner sends it across. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. And they'll say illegal contact. 13-8. Serve coming. That's Sophie Peterson back to serve for your Lady Panthers. She'll send it on the right. It'll be dug out by the back line. They'll set it up for the middle hitter, and unable to dig it out are the Panthers. 13-9. Cabool making a run here. Need to get a defensive stop here. Serve coming. That's number 2, Michaela Harden, back to serve. She'll get it over. It's bumped up to the front line. That's Rowan Kelly taking a swing at it. It's sent back to the Panthers. Now Kreiner in the back corner. Man, you couldn't place it better than that. There was nobody close to it. Ellie Kreiner scores for the Panthers. 14-9. Virtue will check out. Driscoll will check back in. Hadley Driscoll back to serve. 14-9 Panthers here. And serve will get across. It'll be dug out by the back line. Bumped over and pushed across to the Panthers. Now Schober to Driscoll to Gerla, and that's out of the back line. Point goes to the Lady Bulldogs as Gerla had just a little too much heat on it. 14-10 the score, and that's going to send number 4 back, Lexi Miller. Lexi Miller, I know her parents. Well, I know Eric. I don't really know Amy that well. And Lexi will send it out the back line. Point goes to the Lady Panthers, 15-10. Ellie Kreiner will go back to serve. Kreiner will send it on its way. It'll be dug out by the back line. Bumped up and bumped over. Now the Panthers with it. Peterson to Driscoll to Golden. And back across to the Bulldogs now. Sets it up for the back line. Outside hitter, no good, out the back. 16-10, Panthers up by 6 here. Kreiner to serve again. Ellie Kreiner set to go here. And she'll get it across. Backline digs it, bumps it, and pushes it back to the Panthers now. Kreiner will bump it up to Driscoll, sets it up for Golden. And number 6, Sophia Dotson, able to just get over the top of her there at the net and block it. 16-11. And that's going to send Dotson back to serve for the Lady Bulldogs. And Dotson serve gets across. It'll be dug out by Schober, set by Driscoll. Rowan Kelly sends it. And the Bulldogs can't handle it. 17-11, Lady Panthers lead here in the first set. At home in the arena tonight. Hey, don't forget you can go watch this one on YouTube at Mountain Grove Panther Athletics. Make sure you ring the bell, then you don't ever have to wonder when the game's on. Serve from Rowan Kelly. She about knocked the girl on the back line down. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. Makes it 18-11 as they couldn't play it on the front line there. Rowan Kelly to serve again. Takes a couple of dribbles, gets set. Jump serve coming. She'll get it across. It'll be dug out by the back line. Bumped up for the middle hitter, and that's going to be out on the sideline. Makes it 19-11 Panthers here. And Rowan Kelly will go back to serve again. Here's Kelly's serve. It will get across. The front line will dig it out and set it for the outside hitter, and that was a huge kill for her. She has power and ups. She can get up there, and she swings super hard. That's number 7, Thompson. Serve coming. Be dug out by the Panthers. That's Driscoll with the set for Peterson, who puts it where they're not. 20-12, Lady Panthers. And that'll send Aubrey Gerla back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Subs coming in. That's Virtue checking in for Driscoll. Serve gets across from Gerla. It'll be bumped up to the front line, set for the middle hitter, and she'll score. And it's guess who? Thompson. Thompson has been a menace out there so far for the Lady Bulldogs. Serve coming, that's number 11 for the Bulldogs. Fleming, she'll get it over. It'll be dug out by the libero, sent back up to, I'm drawing a blank here. Who was that? Lila Golden. Now to the Panther side of things for Peterson, and that is, saved somehow by the Bulldogs. They get it to the Panthers. They'll set it up for Peterson again, but you're not stopping it twice. Sophie Peterson with power. 21-13. Subs coming. Golden checks out. Kreiner checks in. Schober will go back to serve. I don't know if you could tell or not, but it's getting a little exciting here in the building. 21-13. Serve coming from Schober. It'll be bumped up to the front line. Set for Johnson, and of course, with the kill. Jane Thompson, man, she's something else. She'll serve again here. She gets that one across. Schober will dig it out. Gerla sets it for Kreiner. Big swing from her. They're able to dig it out on the other side and shove it back over to the Panthers. Kelly. That was Kelly to Gerla to Kreiner, and it goes out the back. Point goes to the Bobcats, 21-15. Thompson back to serve yet again for the Bulldogs. She'll send it. Peterson with the dig. Gerla with the set for Peterson. Peterson pushes it across. They'll dig it out on the other side, set it for the outside hitter, and Schober couldn't get to it. It falls for a I'm not a Bobcat. I don't even know where I'm at right now. Bulldog point, 21-16 the score here at the arena tonight. It's going to be Bulldogs serve. It'll be Johnson back to serve yet again for the Bulldogs. She'll get it across. Peterson with the dig. Gerla will set it for Kelly, who sends it. Backline digs it out. Pushed across now. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. That was number 6, I believe. Dotson hit it into the net. 22-16. Sophie Peterson back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll send it on its way. Rolls over the top of the net. Bulldogs set it for the outside hitter. She's too much. That was Dotson that time. Going over the top of, I believe it was Virtue and Kelly. Back to serve for the Lady Bulldogs is Harden. She'll send it across, dug out by Schober, set by Gerla for Kelly, who gets the kill. Rowan Kelly with a big one. 23-17, Lady Panthers lead here in the first set. We'll have Peterson. Actually, Virtue will check out, and we'll get Driscoll back, and she'll serve. Driscoll sends it, dug out by the back line, set by the middle setter, and that's Dotson again. Sophie and Dotson in that outside hitter position. She's catching up with Johnson on points there. Both of them in the outside hitter position swing with a lot of power. Comes across, that was served by Lexi Miller. Panthers push it back over, but it'll fall on the out of bounds line on the Bulldogs side, makes it 23-18. Bulldogs back to serve. Lexi Miller will serve here. She'll send it, and Schober will dig it out. It's set up for Gerla with a big one, and that's on the line. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. It's match point here, 24-19. And it looks like we will lose Schober for Golden, who checks in. Kreiner back to serve. Ellie Kreiner will get it over. It'll be bumped up by Johnson, set up and pushed across. Now Peterson to Driscoll to Gerla, and it's bumped up. Now to the front, back to Johnson, who takes a swing at it. Peterson does a good job digging it out. It's set by Driscoll. Lila Golden pushes it across. Now set for the Bulldogs. They'll push it to where they think the Panthers are not, but it's picked up and sent back across. And that's it for the first set. Lady Panthers take it 25-19 here in the first. As the Lady Panthers take the first set, the net officials are giving the student section a warning. I'll tell you a little bit about that when we come back. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. As we get back underway here, first serve comes from Rowan Kelly, and it's going to end up a Bulldog point there as the Panthers just lost a handle on that one. 1-0 Bulldogs here in the second set. If you're just joining us, Panthers took the first set 25-19, had a large lead there before they let the Bulldogs creep up on them a little bit, but then extended it out and took the win. Serve comes across, set up for Golden. She'll push it across to the Bulldogs. Now they're on their side of the court. Then they'll wing it across. That's Kelly with the dig. Schober sends it to Gerla, who puts it across. Now dug out on the other side of things and set up and pushed back to the Panthers now. Driscoll will set it up for Peterson. Big run from Peterson. They'll keep it on the Cabool side of things, though. That's going to hit the ground on the Panthers side, but not for a lack of effort there from Rowan Kelly. Laid out for that one, just couldn't get to it. I'm not looking at it. I don't know if you're in it or not. There's the screens right there. As we're set to go here, parents asking me if they're in the middle of the shot. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not looking at it. Set up here by Driscoll for Kelly. She'll wing it across. It's dug out on the other side now. Set up and Dotson will score for the Lady Bulldogs. 3-0 here. Lady Bulldogs have got a little fight in them. Sophia Dotson back to serve. Serve comes across. It'll be dug out by Schober. Driscoll sets it for Golden. Blocked by Johnson, but Golden able to keep it alive there. Sends it back to the Bulldog side of things now. They'll bump it back to the Panthers. Schober will bump it up to the front line. Driscoll sets it for Gerla. Gerla puts it back to the back line. It'll be dug out by Dotson to Johnson, and she'll score. 4-0. And coach has seen enough. She'll take a timeout here, and we'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports, Big Country 99. I can't read lips. And we're back here as the Bulldogs lead here in the second set. So, it is 4-0 here. Back to serve is Dotson for the Bulldogs. She'll send it on the way. It'll be dug out by Schober. Driscoll set it for Gerla, who sends it on a ride. It's tipped and bumped way up in the air, and they are able to get it back over to the Panthers side of things. Driscoll sets it for Golden, and Thompson blocks it in the middle. She is something else. 5-0 Cabool here. We're in the second set. Panthers took the first set 25-19 if you're just joining us. Dotson to serve. She'll get it across, dug out by Kelly, set by Driscoll for Peterson. Wings one across. That's going to be dug out on the other side by Lexi Miller, but the Panthers end up scoring there, makes it 5-1, and that'll send Aubrey Gerla back to serve for your Lady Panthers. Serve coming. Gerla gets it over. It'll be dug out by the back line. Sets it up for the outside hitter. Gerla with the dig to Schober, who sets it up for Kelly, who puts it in the net. 6-1. You've got Golden, Gerla, Virtue, Schober, Peterson, and Kelly on the floor. Serve comes across. Peterson with the dig. Gerla with the set. Virtue gets blocked, but the point goes to the Lady Panthers as it's blocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Subs coming in. Kreiner will check in for Golden. 6-2 your score. Sadie Schober will go back to serve for the Panthers. She'll get it over. It's dug out, bumped up to the front line. Thompson takes a big wing at it. Gerla digs it out, set by Schober. Sent by Virtue, it goes out the side. 7-2 Bulldogs. 7-2 Bulldogs here. That's going to send number 11, Fleming, back. She'll send it on the right. It'll be dug out by Schober. Gerla with the set. That's Kelly who wings one across. It's dug out by Dotson and set across by the Bulldogs. Set now by Gerla for Kreiner, and that's a kill. 7-3. 7-3. That'll send Sophie Peterson back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll send it on a right. It'll be dug out on the back line. Set up for Johnson. You know what's coming with that. She tattooed that ball. 8-3 the score here. Bulldogs rolling here in the second. Johnson with the jump serve. She'll get it over. Schober with the dig. Gerla with the set. Rowan Kelly sends it to the back line on the other side. And somehow or another, the Bulldogs are able to get it over the net. Set up this time for Kelly, and it's too hard as she sends it out the back. 9-3 Bulldogs. I blame your dad because he was the one saying 3 sets before. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers able to score there, makes it 9-4. And we're going to get a sub here. Virtue will check out. And Driscoll will come in. Driscoll now with the serve for the Panthers. She gets it across. It'll be dug out by Johnson. Set up for, that was Sophia Dotson with a kill for the Bulldogs, 10-4. That's going to send number 2, Michaela Harden, back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it across. It'll be dug out by Gerla, set by Driscoll. Kreiner sends it across, and Dotson got a wing on it, but that was it. 10-5 Panthers score here. And Schober will check out. And Golden checks in. Kreiner goes back to serve. Ellie Kreiner with the serve. She'll get it across. It'll be dug out by the back line, set by the middle setter back, and pushed over to the Panthers. Panthers back to the Bulldogs. Big swing there from the Bulldogs. Able to keep on top of it are the Panthers, and there's Rowan Kelly with the big swing, but it goes out the back. It's got to get it down a little bit more there. 11-5 Bulldogs as Kreiner checks out, and Schober will check in. Serve comes across by Miller. Set now for Kelly. She pushes it across, and after a little juggling there, the Bulldogs can't handle it. 11-6. That'll send Rowan Kelly back to serve for the Panthers. Serve coming from Rowan Kelly now. She'll get it across. Dug out by Miller on the back line. Set up for Dotson, who pushes it across now to the Panther side of things. Driscoll to Gerla. Dug out by Johnson on that side. Set back up for a big swing from the outside. Driscoll with the save to Peterson, and they can't get it over. It was a great effort. I think Kelly was just too far back to get enough on it to get it over the net, but it was right there. 12-6 now. And Dotson will go back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll serve it into the net. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. Seems like this game's going faster than the last one. 12-7. You can't nod your head, Maddie. Nobody can hear that. Aubrey Gerla set to serve. She'll get it across. It'll be dug out by Miller on the back line. Bumped up to Johnson, and of course she's going to take a big swing at it. Rowan Kelly can't get to it. Makes it 13-7 Bulldogs. And Johnson, she's got a future in volleyball, that's for sure. 13-7 the score here. Number 10 to serve. That's Woodard. She'll get it over. Peterson with the dig. Set by Gerla for Peterson, and that's Johnson blocking it by herself. 14-7. Johnson, their middle set. The middle hitter there she plays the middle well. They'll get it across. Peterson with the dig. Driscoll with the set. Now that's Golden who will send it across. It's dug out by the back line. That is pushed across by the Bulldogs to the Panthers, and Lila Golden can't get it back over. That was Dotson who got it over for the Bulldogs. And coach has seen enough. She's going to take a timeout here and talk to the girls. It's 15-7. Bulldogs lead here in the second. Panthers up 1-0. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Coach Bobby Joe Bayer taking a minute to talk it over with the girls out there on the court. On the court for you, you've got Gerla, Golden, Virtue, Peterson, Schober, and Kelly. Bulldogs with Dotson back to serve. And they'll change it up and send Woodard back instead. Serve coming from Woodard. It'll be dug out by Peterson. Aubrey Gerla will try to set it up there, but just comes off awkward and into the net. Panthers unable to do anything with that one. 16-7. Serve coming. Peterson will bump it up to Gerla, who sets it for Virtue. That's a kill. Virtue trying to get it back on track for the Panthers here. Golden checks out, Kreiner checks in. That'll send Schober back to serve. Sadie Schober gets it over. It'll be dug out by Miller, set up for Johnson. Unfortunately, the Panthers block it out of bounds. Make it 17-8. That was a good block. First time they combined for a block on Johnson. Second time in this set. Serve coming. Schober will dig it out. Gerla will bump it for Kreiner, who sends it at a high rate of speed to Dotson, who was able to dig it out. Miller with a big swing there for the Bulldogs. Pushed across now by Virtue. Back to the Bulldog side of things. And Johnson redirects it in midair to put it where the Panthers weren't. 18-8. Fleming will go back to serve. for the Bulldogs. And she'll get it across. Schober will dig it out. Gerla sets it for Peterson, who gets a Panther point there. Pushes it across with a little touch to score for the Panthers. She'll go back to serve. Sophie Peterson will send it on its way. It'll be dug out by the back line. Set up for Johnson, who takes a big wild swing at it. Panthers unable to handle it. 19-9. And we're going to get a sub here as Peterson's going to check out, and we're going to get Hannah Dowden. Johnson back to serve. Dowden will dig it out. Put to the test early. Virtue pushes it across to the Bulldogs. They'll set it up on the other side now. Big swing at it. There's Dowden with the dig. Gerla and Virtue with a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be where. And the point falls for the Bulldogs, 20-9. They worked it out though. Johnson back to serve again. She'll send it. Dowden digs it. And nobody there to pick it up, 21-9. What you got? Standing in front of the, you're going to have to get up and tell them.
Hey, can you get down?
You're talking in the microphone. There you go. Set up on the Panthers side of things now. Panthers push it back to the Bulldogs. They'll set it for Dotson, who's blocked. That was Kelly and Virtue who combined for the block there. Now back to the Panthers side of things. They'll set it up for Schober, who pushes it back to the Bulldogs. They're going to set Johnson on the backside. Man, she's dangerous from no matter where she's at. No matter where she's at on the court, she can score. 22-9. She's playing the back line and just winging it. She'll send this one on the way. It'll be dug out by Dowden. Set by Gerla to Kreiner. That's going to get in for the Panther point. 22-10. Virtue's going to check out. Driscoll's going to check back in for the Panthers. That'll send Hadley Driscoll back to serve for the Lady Panthers. So you got Driscoll, Dowden, Kreiner, Gerla, Kelly, and Schober. Serve coming. Johnson digs it out, sets it up for Dotson, who gets blocked by Aubrey Gerla at the net. 22-11. 22-11 your score. Driscoll with service. She'll get it across for the Panthers. Dug out by Johnson, but it flies just wide and out of bounds where they can't do anything with it. 22-12. Panthers down here in the second set, but they lead 1-0. Driscoll will serve again. She gets it across. Back line will dig it out. They'll set for the outside hitter. That's Miller, I believe. And it's dug out from the Panthers, but we can't get it back across the net. 23-12, and that'll send service back to the Bulldogs, and that's number 2, Harden. Michaela Harden. Hey, Tim, what's going on? I've had a silent partner for the last, forever. Set up there by Driscoll for Kelly and too wide of the mark. Goes out of bounds, makes it 24-12. Bulldogs have set point here, match point. Harden will go back to serve again. Serve coming. Schober will dig it out. Driscoll will set it for Gerla. That's in. Aubrey Gerla with a kill. 24-13. And Schober will check out. Golden will check in. Ellie Kreiner goes back to serve for the Lady Panthers. It's match point. Serve coming. And the Panthers will get another point there. 24-14 now. Trying to dig their way out of a hole here. They own the first set. They're down here in the second set by 10. It's match point. Kreiner with the serve. She'll get it over. Out of bounds. Match goes to the Bulldogs. It's 1-1 now. We're going to take a break here and send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Serve coming from the Bulldogs here in the third set. It'll be dug out by Schober. Set for Gerla, and she'll score first here. Panthers fell in the last set, 25-14, just never got going there until right at the end. They started trying to come back a little, but too little too late when it's at match point already. So 1-1 here, 1-1. Now Panthers with service. That's going to be Rowan Kelly back to serve. She'll get it over, and that's an ace for the Panthers, 2-0. Just couldn't get to it there. Maddie, you want to call this one? You sure? Yeah? You got to talk into the microphone now. Yeah,
Okay.
she's good. She said I don't want to. Here we go. Panthers will get it over. That's Johnson with and just can't get to it as it gets out there. Man, that girl, she accidentally got a kill. Never seen that happen before. She just winged it, and it landed where there wasn't anybody. 2-1 Panthers here. Serve coming from the Bulldogs. They'll get it over. Kelly with the dig. Driscoll with the set. Peterson fires it across. It'll be dug out by the back line. Johnson pushes it across now. Driscoll to set it again for Peterson. Hits that one into the net. Tied at 2 here. 2-2 here in the third set. It's 1-1. Serve coming. Gets it across. Schober with the dig. Driscoll sets it for Gerla, who pushes it across. Now to the other side of things. That's Dotson, who will send it back to the Panthers. Schober digs it out. Driscoll sets it for Gerla. Gerla will push it across now. Dotson able to save it with a dive, and that's out of bounds. But they're going to still continue to play it there. And Sophie Peterson will take care of it. She said, I'm not going to leave it up to anybody else. We'll just put it across and get our own point there. Sophie Peterson with the big kill. Driscoll will check out. Virtue checks in. Gerla with service. She'll send it. Dug out by Miller. Set up for Dotson. She pushes it across. Schober will dig it out. That's Gerla to set it for Peterson. She's blocked by Johnson. And I can't see the number on the other one. That was number 2, I think, for the Bulldogs. Harden that combined for the block there. 3-3. And that's going to send service to Cabool's side of things. That's number 11 back there. Fleming. She'll send it on a ride. Dug out by Kelly. Set by Gerla. Oh, collision there from Peterson and Golden. But, hey, sometimes good things come from bad as Virtue and Golden able to combine for a block on Miller there and get a Panther point, 4-3. Schober will go back to serve. Lila Golden will check out. Kreiner checks in. Serve comes across. Set up there for Johnson. She pushes it across. Virtue will dig it out. Set by Gerla for Kreiner. That's a kill. Ellie Kreiner puts it away for the Panthers. 5-3. Serve coming from Schober here. She'll get it across. Back line will dig it out. Set it up for Johnson. They're blocked there. She's just amazing. She sent it right back to the Panthers again. Now, give the Panther, or no, they're going to give it to the Bulldogs. As play was continuing there, they'll say Panthers got in the net, 5-4. And that's going to send Johnson back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it on its way. Schober will dig it out. Set by Gerla for Peterson, who sends it to the back line. Johnson will dig it out, bumps it across there by Dotson. Set up to the front line by Gerla. Peterson, and they're going to give the point to the Bulldogs, say it was an illegal hit for the Panthers. 5-5 now, tied up. Johnson back to serve again. Serve coming. She'll get it across. Schober with the dig. Gerla with the set. Peterson sends it. That's in. Nice kill for Peterson there, 6-5. And that's going to send Peterson back to serve. Sophie Peterson will send it on its way. Back line will bump it up, set it up for Miller, who pushes it across, gets pushed back. Now that's for Dotson, who gets it over, and she'll score for the Bulldogs, tied at 6. Lady Panthers Diving all over the place for it, just not coming up with it. Knotted up at 6, and that's going to send Harden back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it. Peterson will dig it out, but Aubrey Gurla with a diving attempt to save it, just couldn't get there. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. You got to make the motion too, right? 7-6 the score here, actually. They were doing that before we got on the air. Sorry about that. Set up back to the Panthers now. That's Kelly who pushes it over. Set up for Dotson, who dots the corner with it. Makes it 7-6 Bulldogs, or I'm sorry, 8-6 Bulldogs. Harden back to serve. Words of encouragement coming from the bench and Coach Bobby Joe over there. Serve coming across now. Sorry, got caught tongue-tied. For Kelly, that's on the line. Point goes to the Lady Panthers, 8-7. Bobby Joe Bayer, Coach Bobby Joe Bayer, that's who I was talking about. 7-8, 8-7. Panthers down by 1 here. Driscoll will go back to serve. Hadley Driscoll with service, and that's, winged off of the back line. I mean, that was just weird. She went to bump it up to the front line, and it went flying into the stands. Tied at 8 here. Driscoll to serve yet again for the Panthers. Hadley Driscoll will get it over. Johnson bumps it to the front line, but unable to take care of it would be number 10. That's Woodard, and it ends up a Panther point. Panthers back up by 1 here. Driscoll to serve. Driscoll gets it across. It'll be bumped up, set by the setter, outside hitter, fires it, and that's blocked. That's Kelly and Kreiner that combined for the block there. That was Lexi Miller. For the Bulldogs, Driscoll now to serve for the Panthers. She'll send it, and Johnson will dig it out. Middle setter sets it, and that was Dotson, Sophia Dotson. She's another good one on that Bulldog team. 10-9 Panthers lead here. Dowden has checked in for the Panthers. Serve coming. Dug out by the back line. Set by Driscoll, poked over by Kelly. Too many hits? No, they say that wasn't. Anyway, set back on the Panthers side for Gurla. She'll send it over. Johnson digs it out. Set for Johnson now. Big swing from the back line. There's Dowden doing what she does and digging it out. Kreiner now, and that one's going to be out. Ellie Kreiner, it was hard enough. It was fast enough. It was just too wide. Tied at 10 here. And that'll send Miller back to serve. I know her parents are awfully proud and up in the stands. Set coming for the Panthers. That's Kreiner. She's blocked. Now Panthers still with it. That's Gurla who'll send it this time. Onto the other side of things. Pushed across by the outside hitter to the Panthers. Set by Driscoll. She'll push it over to Schober, who sends it across. Now to Johnson, who puts it across with some touch. Hey, you got to play back on her. You know what I'm saying? She swings so hard, you can't be right there for it, and she just faked them out there, put it where they weren't. 11-10, Cabool's taking the lead again. So Miller back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it across. That's an ace. (12-10), that was right at the back line. Coach Bayer shouting out instruction. Dug out by Schober, set by Driscoll, pushed across by Kelly. Miller able to save it. Back to the other side now. Driscoll will set it for Kreiner, who sends it. You're not saving that one. Ellie Kreiner with the kill. 12-11. Bulldogs up by 1. And Lila Golden's going to check back in, and Schober will come out. Kreiner to serve. She'll send it across, back line. That's Miller who digs it out. And somehow the Bulldogs able to keep it in play there. That was one of those ones that traveled all over the place. Panthers send it back across. Miller digs that one out. Sets it for Johnson. She fires. Dowden unable to come up with it. But I'm telling you, there was no lack of effort there as Dowden probably slid 15 feet. That's how far she jumped. 12-11 Bulldogs, 13-11 Bulldogs lead here, and Dotson will go back to serve for the Bulldogs. Sends it on its way, dug out by Dowden. Driscoll sets it, pushed across by Schober. It'll be dug out on the backside for Miller, who sends it wide of the mark. Point goes to the Panthers, 13-12. And that's going to send Rowan Kelly back to serve. Hannah Dowden's going to check out. Not Sadie Schober. That's Sophie Peterson. Say that 5 times fast. Kelly gets it across. It's sent back to the Panthers. Now Driscoll for Peterson, who pops it over the top and fools them. Tied at 13. Had Johnson and one other combined in there trying to block her. She said, oh, yeah? Let me just tip it over the top of you. Rowan Kelly back to serve for the Lady Panthers. We're in the third set here. Panthers own 1, Bulldogs own 1. Coming across with it is Kelly. It's going to be dug out by the back line. They're just going to set it for Johnson, who takes a big swing at it. And, of course, with the kill, that is Johnson. And she's got it back there, I'm telling you. 14-13, they're going to send number 10 back to serve. That's Woodard. Woodard will send it. Kelly will dig it out. Driscoll sets it for Golden, who pushes it across. It'll be on the other side now. Miller to set it and sends it across. Back to the Panthers. Gurla gets blocked by Johnson. 15-13. Lady Panthers lead here, are down by 2 here. Woodard back to serve yet again. Serve coming. Schober bumps it right underneath Lila Golden's arms. There's nothing she can do with it. 16-13, Coach Bobby Joe Bayer is going to take a timeout here to talk it over with her team. As she takes a timeout, we're going to take one as well. Let's send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home. A Mountain Grove Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. It's 16-13, the score. Lady Bulldogs lead here in the third set. Panthers took the first set 25-19. Bulldogs took the second set 25-14. It's 16-13 here in the third set. Panthers down by 3. Bulldogs with the serve. Woodard back to serve. She'll send it on a ride. That's dug out by Kelly. Driscoll bumps it across. They're going to give the point to the Bulldogs. They'll say that I'll have to look that one up, but I'm pretty sure it was in the net. 17-13. Across now. Kelly to Driscoll to Peterson, who sends it and unable to respond to the Bulldogs. 17-14. That was what you would call misdirection there from Peterson. It looked like she was going to hit it dead ahead, and she just swiped it across the net. They couldn't do anything with it. That'll send Gurla back to serve. Driscoll's checked out. Kreiner's checked out. Big swing coming from Johnson. Gurla digs it out. Peterson sets it. Pushed over by Schober, and they're going to set it for her again. Another one, and Aubrey Gurla can't save that one. Just coming so fast and so hard. She's doing the best she can to try to dig it out there. And just winged it. 18-14 here in the second. Virtue on the floor. Serve coming. Kelly with the dig. Gurla with the set for Peterson. Gets it across. It's dug out. Bumped up to the front line. Set for Miller. And she'll push it out of bounds. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. 18-15 the score. Golden will check out. Kreiner will check back in. On the floor, you got Gerla, Kreiner, Virtue, Peterson, Kelly, and Schober. Schober will send it. And the Bulldogs get it up there for Johnson. Kelly with a nice dig there. Sends it all the way back over to the Panthers. What's the whistle? Point goes to the Panthers. They'll say an illegal hit. 18-16, and Schober will go back to serve for Mountain Grove. Serve coming. She'll send it across. It'll be dug out. Set up by Woodard for Johnson. Nice combination by Kreiner, and there for a block. They'll send it back to the Panthers, and the point's going to go to the Bulldogs. They'll say 4 hits. 19-16. Johnson will go back to serve for the Bulldogs. Serve coming. She'll send it. Schober will dig it. Set up for Peterson by Gerla. She sends it across. It's dug out by the Bulldogs. They'll set it now on their side for Dotson. She takes a big swing at it. It's dug out by Gerla. Now set up for Kelly. Big swing from her. And Johnson able to corral it and send it over. Panthers able to dig it out on their side, send it back to the Bulldogs. Johnson with a big swing from the back line, but she hits it into the net. It's 19-17. Lady Panthers trying to make a comeback here in the third. That's going to send Sophie Peterson back to serve. She'll send it. Back line will dig it out. They'll bump it up for Dotson. She sends it across. It's blocked. Back to the Panthers now. They'll bump it up to Gerla, to Kreiner, and that's going to be off Miller, and a Panther point. 19-18. One away from bringing it back here to a tie. Sophie Peterson back to serve. Serve coming. She'll serve it wide of the mark. Point goes to the Bulldogs, 20-18. And number 2 for the Bulldogs now. Harden will go back to serve. And serve coming. That's Virtue. That's just Virtue, all Virtue. She tried to bump it up to the front line, and it just flew over the top of the net for a Panther point. It's 20-19. Virtue will check out. Driscoll will check in. Hey, sometimes you got to smile when it just works out, right? Driscoll sends it for the Panthers. Dug out. Set up for Miller. She swings at it. It's blocked. Back over to the Bulldog side of things. Set up for Johnson. She'll bump it up. Kreiner bumps it. Set by Driscoll. Pushed across by Gerla now. They'll set it up on the Bulldog side of things. And they'll get it back to the Panthers. Kelly to that was Driscoll. Back to Kelly, and she'll put it across. Now Miller for the Bulldogs, and she'll get the kill. 21-19. Coach Bobby Joe Bayer giving some direction from the sideline over there. And that's going to send Miller back to serve for the Bulldogs. 21-19 the score. She'll send it across. Dug out all the way back to the Bulldogs side. Set up, pushed across now to the Panthers. Set by Driscoll for Kreiner. You ain't touching that. 21-20. Ellie Kreiner with a kill, and she's going to go back to serve. Schober will check out. That'll send Lila Golden to the front line. Serve coming from Kreiner. She sends it over right at Johnson. Bumps it up, sets it for Johnson. Now Johnson sends it. Peterson to Driscoll, to Kelly, and right at Miller. Tied at 21 here in the third. And that's going to force Cabool to take a timeout to heal the wounded. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home on Mountain Grove Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Tied at 21 here in the third set. Kreiner back to serve for the Panthers. She's going to send it on its way. The back line will bump it up to the front line, pushed across by Dotson. Set for the Panthers now. Kelly with some touch, gets it across. Set up for Johnson on the back line. She takes a swing at it. Kreiner will dig it out. Driscoll will set it. Rowan Kelly with the point. Panthers take the lead. 22-21, and that'll send Ellie Kreiner back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Student section's getting into it now. Panthers have quite the contingency. Serve coming from Kreiner, too hard, too much, out the back. Tied up again. Coach Brandon Rogers, like any good father, walking around the top of the track, not watching. That's what I'd be doing too, buddy. 22-22 here. They'll serve it. Kelly will send it, and that's a little too hard out the back. 23-22 here. Bulldogs on top in the third set. How's Joe doing? And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. As they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. Let's send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Dotson back to serve for the Bulldogs. 23-22 here in the third set. She'll send it on its way. Schober able to dig it out. Set by Driscoll for Kelly, and that's dug out. For Johnson now, she's able to get it across, and that was Peterson that sent it. Johnson with the big swing. There's a dig from the Panthers, set up now by Kelly. That's a Panther point to tie it. You can't say there's no fight in these girls. 23-23, and that'll send Rowan Kelly back to serve. Got to win by 2. Kelly with the serve, gets it over. Miller digs it out. Bumped back to the middle. Dotson will send it back to the Panthers. That's Kelly with the dig. Set by Driscoll. Sophie Peterson with the kill. That's 24-23. Lady Panthers lead here in the third set. They need one more. 24-23. Rowan Kelly back to serve. Couple of dribbles. Jump serve coming. Gets it over. Miller sends it into the stands. They can't handle it. Panthers win the third set. Lady Panthers, after having a terrible second set, were able to come back here and finish it out in the third. We'll play one more. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports. It's Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Hey, coming into this one, you have a Cabool team that's 27-3. That's 20 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties. Mountain Grove record here, 7-8-1. You were hearing people say, oh, Cabool's going to roll. Cabool's going to roll. Well, guess what? They haven't rolled. 25-19, Panthers took the first set. Cabool was able to take the second set, 25-14. Third set went to the Panthers, 25-23. And we're now set for the fourth set here. On the floor for the Lady Panthers, you'll have Sophie Peterson. That's Lila Golden, Rowan Kelly, Ellie Kreiner. Let's see, who am I missing? Hadley Driscoll and Aubrey Gerla. That rounds it out. And Kreiner will come out, and that's Schober comes back in. And Rowan Kelly will serve for the Lady Panthers to start it off here in the fourth set, I mean. We're not playing basketball, sorry. Serve coming from Kelly, and that's across. It'll be dug out. Outside setter sets it for Johnson. She'll send it. Kelly digs it. Driscoll sets it. Sophie Peterson. And it's able to stay on, or Cabool able to come back up with it. Back to the Panthers now. And Peterson tips it into the net. 1-0 Bulldogs. Man, it looked like it was going to start off the other way as Miller hit it kind of wonky. But the Bulldogs able to somehow get it across the net and inside the delineator there. That's Dotson with the serve. She'll send that one into the net. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. Subs coming. Driscoll will check out. And Virtue checks in. That'll send Gerla back to serve. Aubrey Gerla will send it. Miller is able to dig it out. Johnson bumps it across. Kelly with the dig. Set by Gerla. Peterson with the big swing. Too big, as a matter of fact. It goes out the back line. 2-1, Bulldogs. That's going to send number 10 for the Bulldogs. Cambry Woodard back to serve. She'll send it on its way. Sophie Peterson digs it. Set by Gerla for Golden. It's blocked on the other side by Johnson. Panthers with it now. Set for Peterson. And that's a point for the Lady Panthers as the Bulldogs couldn't handle it. Tied at 2. That's going to send Sadie Schober back to serve. Schober is going to send it on the right. It'll be dug out by Dotson on the back line. Johnson takes a big swing at it. She's blocked. Back to the Bulldog side. They'll send it to the Panthers. Rowan Kelly with a running dig. And Panthers able to get it back across there. Lots of effort there. Set up for Johnson, though. And, man, when she's able to sky like that, I don't think there's a whole lot of stopping that. She's a good 2-3 feet over the net and hitting it down on top of the Panther players. 3-2 the score. Here's the serve from Cabool. It'll be dug out. Set by Gerla. That's Sophie Peterson who sends it across. Dug out by Dotson on the back line. Set up for Miller. She's blocked. They'll give the point to the Lady Panthers. That's an illegal hit on the Cabool side of things. Tied at 3 here. It's going to be another good one, it looks like. Maddie, you're going to talk about this one, or are you just good to sit there?
I'm good with listening to you.
She said, I'm good with this part of it. Peterson with the serve into the net. 4-3 Bulldogs. And that's going to send Johnson back to serve on the other side. Johnson set to go. She'll send it on its way. It's over. Peterson into the net, but Kreiner and Gerla able to save it. Back to the Panthers now. Kreiner will send it over. Backline digs it out. They'll set it up for Johnson. She wings it. That's Schober with the dig. Gerla with the set. Kreiner with the swing, and that's out the back line. 5-3 Bulldogs. Oh, are we getting a reversal here? Yes, there it is, a reversal. They're going to say it's a Panther point as it was tipped by a Bulldog player. Virtue will check out. Driscoll will check in, and Driscoll will go back to serve. So we're tied at 4 here instead of 5-3 on a reversal of calls by the net judge there. Driscoll back to serve now. She'll get set. Sends it on its way. It gets across, dug out by the back line. Set now by the outside setter for, that was Dotson, who sends that one flying, and there was no Panther there to save it. 5-4 Bulldogs. Harden goes back to serve for the Bulldogs. Serve coming. She gets it across. Peterson digs it out. Set by Kelly. Sent across now by Gerla. On the other side of things now, set it up for Johnson. Big swing from her. They're able to dig it out on the back line. Sets it up for Kreiner into the net. 6-4. And Peterson's going to check out. Hannah Dowden's going to check in on the back line for the Lady Panthers. It's 6-4 Bulldogs. They've split the sets. Serve coming. Dowden digs it out. Schober sets it for Gerla, who sends it across. It'll be dug out on the back line. They're going to set it for Miller. She sends it. Dowden will dig it out. Set for Kreiner, who sends it. Johnson digs it out on the back line. Now set for Miller again, who bumps it across with some touch. Sets it for Gerla. That's a point for the Panthers. Aubrey Gerla with the kill. 6-5. And Schober will check out. And Lila Golden will check in. Ellie Kreiner goes back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Sends it across. It'll be dug out by Johnson. Set now for Johnson. She sends it. Kreiner digs it. Driscoll sets it. Gerla into the net. 7-6, or 7-5 that is. And that's going to send Miller back to serve. Kreiner's going to check out. We're going to have on the floor for the Lady Panthers, it'll be Gerla, Driscoll, Kelly, Schober, who digs it out there. Dowden and Golden. Gerla sends one, but it's blocked back to her. Panthers able to get it back over, and that time Lila Golden sends it, and she'll score for the Panthers. 7-6 the score here. Rowan Kelly's going to go back to serve for your Lady Panthers. Hannah Dowden's going to check out. Sophie Peterson checks back in. Rowan Kelly set to serve here. She's going to send it into the net. 8-6. Bulldogs lead here by 2 in the fourth set. Panthers took the first and the third set. Looking to close it out here. Serve coming from Dotson. Kelly digs it out. Set by Driscoll for Peterson. She wings one back there. It's dug out by Dotson. Set for Dotson now. She sends one. Dug out by Schober. Set for Peterson. She'll send it across for the Panthers. Now on the other side of things, they'll set it up for number 11. And Panthers somehow able to come back and get that over. Johnson sends it back to the Panthers. No way. No way. They say it's an illegal hit. But, I mean, you can't stop that good of a rally if you're the net judge. Man, oh, man, 9-6. That didn't look bad from up here. Serve coming, that's Dotson. She'll send it on a ride. It'll be dug out by Schober. Driscoll will set it for Gerla. She has it blocked back to her. Panthers able to recover. Set for Kelly, who wings one into the net. But it gets over. Panthers able to save it. Now back to the Bulldogs. Back to the Panthers now. Driscoll will set it to the back corner. And they're going to set it up for Johnson, who takes a big wing at it. And able to be dug out by Kelly. There's Sophie Peterson with touch. 9-7 on a Peterson dribbler. She just barely bumped it across. That's going to send Aubrey Gerla back to serve. Rowan Kelly will check out. Serve coming. Virtue's checked in for her. Miller to Dotson. Dotson sends. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. It was a big swing dug out by Schober, and then the Panthers just couldn't get to it to send it back over. 10-7. Bulldogs lead here. You got Virtue, Gerla, Golden, Peterson, Kelly, and Schober. Schober will dig it out. Gerla sets it for Golden, who bumps it over, and that's Miller with the dig. Sent back to the Panthers now. They'll set it to the front line. Gerla sets it for Peterson, who sends it out the back. It's 11-7. And Coach Bobby Jo Bayer is going to take a timeout to talk it over with her players. As she takes a timeout, we'll take one as well and send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. 11-7 Cabool leads here in the fourth set. Panthers took the first set 25-19, dropped the second one 25-14, and took the third one 25-23. Trying to get it done in four here. They're down by four, that is. And Woodard back to serve. She'll send it across. Peterson will dig it out. And it'll be set by Gerla, and that is Peterson with the kill. Lila Golden will check out. Ellie Kreiner checks in. Sadie Schober will go back to serve. Schober will send it. And that's just one of those things that you don't want to see happen. So the Cabool player dove for it, and it hit the top of the net, rolled over the top, and fell on the Panther side. There was nothing anybody could do about that. 12-8. Serve coming. Schober to Gerla to Peterson. They'll bump it up now on the other side and set it for Miller. She sends it across. Panthers get the point, though. They'll say it went out of bounds. 12-9. 3-point advantage, Bulldogs. Sophie Peterson back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll get it across. Back line will dig it out, bump it up for Johnson, who takes a big wing at it, and it deflects off a Panther player. There's not a lot you can do about that. 14-9 now. Or they say 13-9. Which is it? Are you keeping score? Is it 13-9?
Yeah.
Okay. Bumped up there for Rowan Kelly, who sends it to the back line. They'll set it on the other side. Now that's number 6, blocked. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. That was Dotson. Like Virtue and one other combined for the block. 13-10. Driscoll checks in. She'll serve. And they'll set it for Dotson, and she gets a kill. Wasn't anybody getting to that one. 14-10, Bulldogs. On the floor for the Lady Panthers, you got Kelly, Kreiner, Driscoll, Peterson, Schober, and Gerla. Serve coming. Aubrey Gerla will dig it out. Driscoll sets it for Kreiner. Kreiner didn't get enough on it. Rolled off her fingertips and into the net, 15-10. Bulldogs to serve again here. She'll get it across. Schober will dig it out. Driscoll sets it. Kelly kills it. Rowan Kelly with a big kill there. 15-11. It looks like Lila Golden's going to check in. Schober will check out. Kreiner to serve for the Lady Panthers. Sends it on its way, and it'll be bumped to almost to the stands. Miller able to get it back over to the Panther side of things. Set now by Driscoll. That's Kelly, and she's blocked. Sophia Dotson combining with another Bulldog over there. Sending it back Panthers' way, 16-11. Bulldogs lead here. That's going to send Miller back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it into the net. 16-12 now. And that's going to send Rowan Kelly back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Rowan Kelly set to go here. Jump serve, gets it across, bumped up, set up. Hit across by Dotson. Panthers with it, dug out by Kelly for Driscoll. She has it to Peterson, who has it blocked back out of bounds. And that point goes to the Bulldogs. 17-12, 5-point advantage here. Panthers going to have to put something together. We need a rally here in the fourth to close it out. That's going to send Dotson back to serve for the Lady Bulldogs. Sophia Dotson sends it on its way. It's dug out by Kelly. Driscoll sets it for Gerla. Big swing, and that's out of bounds. Point goes to the Lady Panthers, though. They said a Bulldog tipped it. 17-12. That's going to send Aubrey Gurla to serve. Driscoll's going to check out. Sadie Schober checks back in along with Virtue. Sends it on its way. Dug out. Set up for Johnson, who sends it another direction. Panthers able to dig it out. Sophie Peterson sends it. Bulldogs dig it out. Now bump back to the Panthers. Rowan Kelly will bump it up to the front line. Gurla sets it for Sophie Peterson. And Dotson able to dig it out on the back line. Miller sends it the wrong way, but Dotson able to wing it back to the Panthers. Now Sophie Peterson. Dotson's all over the place. That was a dive back there to save it again. Back to the Panthers now. Set by Gurla for Golden. And point's going to go to the Lady Bulldogs as it goes out of bounds. 18-13. Bulldogs lead here. And Coach Bobby Jo Bayer's seen enough. She's going to take a timeout to talk to the Lady Panthers about what's happening on the court. As she does that, we'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Lady Panthers down 5 here, 18-13. Bulldogs to serve. They'll send it. Sophie Peterson will bump it up to the front line. Set for Golden. Wings it way up in the air. And the Bulldogs, you got to be kidding me. What was going clearly out of bounds, the Bulldogs were somehow able to recover, and it just lands right where there's no Panthers. 19-13. Serve coming. Schober will dig it. Set by Gurla for Golden. She'll send it across. It's dug out on that side. Set for Dotson, who sends it. Kelly digs it. Panthers with it now. Gurla will set it for Peterson, and they'll dig that out. Pushed across to the Panthers. Schober with the dig to Johnson, who redirects it in midair and makes it 20-13. Down 7 here in the fourth set. Serve coming. Kelly with the dig. Gurla with the set. Virtue out the back. 21-13. Down 21-13. Serve coming. Schober digs it. Set for Golden. She'll send it across. It'll be dug out now. Set up on the other side of things. Johnson blocked by, that was Golden with the block. 21-14. Lila Golden stoned her at the net. 21-14. Schober will go back to serve. Kreiner checks in. Golden comes out. Serve. That's an ace for the Lady Panthers. 21-15. Schober again to serve. She'll get it across. Backline digs it out. They'll set it for Johnson. It's blocked out of bounds. Point goes to the Bulldogs. 22-15 here. Lady Panthers is going to have to get on a defensive horse to get out of here in 4. Serve coming from the Bulldogs. They'll get it across. It's going to be dug out by Kelly. Set by Gurla for Peterson. That's in. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. That's a kill. 22-16. Sophie Peterson back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll send it on her ride. It will be dug out by Dotson. Set up for Johnson, who hits it out the back on the other side. 22-17. Now, Lady Panthers trying to make a comeback and to try to quell any momentum they have coming. The Cabool coach will take a timeout here. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Peterson to serve for the Panthers. She'll send it over. Dotson will dig it out, sends it up to the front line. Miller bumps it across. Sophie Peterson, what is going on? I don't understand what just happened there. I know we're playing positions, but if you were that close to it, I would have took it, right? 23-17. As just fell in between some Panthers there. There's the serve from Johnson. It's going to be dug out by Virtue. Gerla will set it up for Kelly, who wings it over. Johnson digs it out. Set now for Dotson, who sends it over to the Panthers. Sophie Peterson digs it out. Kreiner sends it. That's blocked back to the Panther side. 24-17. We're at set point here in the fourth, Chad, in the fourth. School resource officer Chad Kaufman sitting over here by us. Serve coming. Will be dug out by Peterson. Set up for Kelly. She sends it across. Dotson will dig it out. Now set on the other side for Dotson. She pumps it across. Gerla with a diving save. Gets it back to the Cabool side of things. Set up for Johnson on the back line. She hits it where the Panthers aren't. That'll do it for this set as the Bulldogs take it 25-17. We're going to send it back to the studio. When we come back, we'll have the fifth set for you, Chad. The fifth set for you right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We go to the fifth set here to decide it all. Lady Panthers took the first set 25-14, lost the second set 25-19 in the first set, 25-14 in the second set. Lady Panthers took the third set 25-23. Bulldogs took the fourth set 25-17. Now we're getting set here for the fifth and final. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Just coughed right into the microphone. We're getting set here to go. They've got them on the floor. Aubrey Gerla, Hadley Driscoll. Looks like Sophie Peterson out there along with Kelly and Golden and Schober. Serve coming from Dotson. It'll be dug out by Peterson. Johnson reaches across the top of the net and pops it over. No call. Panthers, though, able. Oh, my goodness gracious. I think you're just going to have to go watch on the YouTube to see that. And, the coach is arguing the call from the bench, and the net official's like, no, that didn't happen. Yes, it did. We'll show you the video, buddy. Here's the serve coming. That's Dotson with it. It's dug out, and we can't get to it. Cabool goes up 2-0 here in the fifth set. Dotson will go back to serve yet again for the Bulldogs. Serve will get across. That's Schober with the dig, set by Driscoll. Kelly with the Big swing, gets it across, able to dig it out, or the Bulldogs. Miller will send it back to the Panthers. Dug out by Peterson, set by Driscoll. Golden sends it. That's a Panther point. 2 to 1. I don't know why I said 20. I've been here too long. Rowan Kelly will go back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Set to go here, Rowan Kelly. She'll send it on its way and into the net. Bulldogs go up 3 to 1 here in the 5th. Woodard back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it across. Schober digs it. Golden sets it. Peterson sends it. Miller digs it out on the other side. Back to the Panthers now. Sophie Peterson will get the kill. She had the dig and the kill in that one. And Driscoll is going to check out. And Virtue will check in. Aubrey Gerlo will go back to serve for your Lady Panthers. Down by 1 here in the 5th set. This is a winner take all here in the 5th. Gerlo to serve it. Miller will dig it out. They'll set it for Johnson, who sends it. And nothing Rowan Kelly can do with it. Johnson in the middle is just as good as the middle hitter from Ava was. Serve coming. And that's an ace. Just a mistake there from the Lady Panthers. And Coach Bobby Joe Bayer calls timeout. As she takes a timeout, we're going to take one as well. Let's send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We're in the 5th set here. Bulldogs up 5-2. We're tied at 2 sets apiece. Serve comes across. Goes out the back. Point goes to the Lady Panthers, 5-3. Golden checks out. Kreiner checks in. Schober goes back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Sadie Schober sends it. It'll be dug out. They're going to set it for Johnson. And you know what's coming after that. Big kill. 6-3. Man, she swings with a lot of power. There's not a lot you can do except for stay in front of it or get out of the way. And we've been staying in front of it. It just, she hits it so hard it flies off at awkward angles. And she'll go back to serve now. And dug out by Peterson. Gerla sets it for Kreiner. And can't get it across the net. 7-3. Lady Bulldogs lead here in the 5th. Serve coming. Dug out by Schober. Gerla sets it for Peterson. They'll dig it out on the other side now. Set it up for the back line. They'll push it across. Rowan Kelly dives for it, but it flies off the wrong side and out of bounds. Lady Panthers down 5 here. Serve coming. Peterson digs it out. Gerlo set it for Peterson, who bumps it across. Miller bumps it to the back line. Johnson sends it over to the Panther side of things now. Schober to Virtue into the net. 9-3 here in the 5th. And that'll force Coach Bobby Joe Bayer to take another timeout here and talk it over with her players. As she does that, we'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We're set to go here in the fifth. 9-3 the score. Bulldogs up. Back to serve for the Bulldogs. Johnson, she'll send it on its way. Schober will dig it out, set it for Peterson, who gets the kill. Sophie Peterson. 9-4. Bulldogs lead. Peterson will go back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Serve coming from Peterson. She'll get it over. Johnson digs it out. Set over. Panthers able to, I was going to say able to dig it out there, but sent it right back to Miller, who shot it down the line where nobody could touch it. 10-4. That's Harden that goes back to serve for the Bulldogs. 10-4 the score here in the fifth. Dug out, set up. Rowan Kelly, it rolls over the top of the net. Hey, we'll take it how we can get it. 10-5. Hadley Driscoll will come in. Virtue checks out. What a great teammate Virtue is. Make sure she runs over there and high fives everybody. Keeps the energy up. Serve gets across from Driscoll. They'll set it for Dotson. And she skies over the top of two Panther players to put it in play for a Bulldog point. It's 11-5. Bulldogs. We're in the fifth set here. It's split. 2-2. Miller's going to go back to serve. She'll send it across. Peterson will dig it out. Driscoll will set it. Kelly will send it. Sent back by Dotson back to the Bulldogs. Now Dotson sends it again. And unable to come up with it this time are the Panthers. 12-5. 12-5 your score here. Miller goes back to serve. She'll send it on its way. It'll be dug out by Gurla, set by Driscoll. Gurla sends it and dug out on the other side now. They'll set it up for Dotson, who will send it. It's dug out on the back line for the Panthers. Kelly will push it across. Now back to the Panthers on a winger. And that was Driscoll, who pushed it across for a Panther point here, 12-6. Ellie Kreiner's going to go back to serve. That's Golden who checks in. Schober checks out. Kreiner will send it. Gets it over. Johnson digs it out. Set for Dotson. Blocked out of bounds. Point goes to the Bulldogs. 13-6. And that's going to send Dotson back to serve for the Bulldogs. She'll send it on its way. It'll get over. Sophie Peterson digs it out. Driscoll sets it up for Kelly, who hits it right at Dotson and puts her hands up in defense there and sends it out of bounds. 13-6. I'm sorry, 13-7. Rowan Kelly back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Serve coming. She gets it over, and it'll be dug out by Miller. They'll set it for Johnson. Big swing, and Gurla and Golden combined to say not in this house. 13-8. Rowan Kelly back to serve for the Panthers. Serve coming from Kelly. She'll get it over. Miller digs it out. They set it for Johnson. Big swing coming out the back. A little too hard that time. Panthers bring it to within 4, and that's going to force Cabool to take a timeout here. As they take one, we'll take one as well. Let's send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. 2 sets apiece here. We're in the 5th. And it's 13-9 Bulldogs. Lady Panthers starting to put together a little momentum here. Bulldog coach takes an immediate timeout to try to quell it. Rowan Kelly back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll send it on its way. And Miller digs it out, sends it back across the net, set by Gerla. Sophie Peterson swings it. It's dug out on the back line by Dotson. They'll send it back to the Panthers now. Hadley Driscoll sets it across. They'll able to play it. They'll set it up for Dotson on the back line, who sends it across. Sophie Peterson digs it out. And the Panthers able to get it back across the net. That's some seriously awesome play there. Back to the Bulldogs. That's a running dive from Kelly to get it back over to the Bulldogs. And that's a one-arm wing there, and that's going to be a Panther point. That's the way to play right there, just staying with it, laying out for it. My coach used to say, sacrifice your body. It will be okay. Said scars fade, but glory never does. 13-10. Serve coming from Kelly. It rolls over the top of the net, and that's a Panther point. 13-11. Rowan Kelly with a fantastic serve. She'll go back once more on the court for the Panthers. Sophie Peterson, Lila Golden. See, Hadley Driscoll's out there. Sadie Schober, Rowan Kelly, and Aubrey Gerla. Kelly with the serve. She gets it over. Miller digs it out. They set it for Dotson. She kills it. 14-11. And that'll send Woodard back to serve for the Bulldogs. Official blows the whistle. Serve comes across. Kelly will dig it out, but it flies off her wrist. And that's it. Bulldogs take it. 15-11 here in the 5th. What a battle. Not the way you wanted to see it end, that's for sure. But what a battle there as Lady Panthers really took it to the Bulldogs there. Just not able to finish. And looks like we're going to get an interview from Coach Bobby Joe Bayer. So we'll go ahead and send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99.